Good morning, Operations Manager Stuart Krelsham, CFA Region 23, and welcome to March 2010's edition of the CFA Region 23 report on YouTube and the North East Area website. Firstly, I'm broadcasting from South Wangaratta today. In the background you can see a nice pasture that's been well eaten out, and there's a nice green tinge to it. In the background there's again the Warby Ranges, which DSE, Parks Victoria and CFA will be undertaking some joint burn programs over the autumn. Recent rainfall has been widespread across Region 23. We've opened up permits to all our municipalities with some conditions in relation to how much water you have on standby, the temperature, the light up time and the wind speed, but they're opened up across all municipalities. We're talking to groups about lifting fire restrictions. My view is that we're probably looking at mid to late March, but as I said, we'll be consulting with municipal fire prevention officers and groups who have talked to brigades prior to that decision being made. There's a Northeast Area website, has got a link to the CFA website, or you can go straight there, www.cfa.vic.gov.au, and if you click on the fire restrictions tab, a map of Victoria comes up, and underneath it also tells you which municipalities still have restrictions in and which have taken restrictions off. There's a couple of documents floating around CFA at the moment. One in particular is the Summary of Near-Miss Incident and Selected Injury Investigations Report from the 2009 fire season. Now, a copy of this document has been sent to all captains and officers of group. It's got some really good lessons learnt in it, and in particular it talks about the use of crew protection systems in the 2009 fires on the 2.4C and the 3.4C tankers, the new ones, with the automated systems. Now, we've all been through our training about the use of fog nozzles in crew protection mode. However, we may be required to cross crew on these new tankers, and I think it's incumbent on us to ensure that we have an understanding on how to use those tankers and their crew protection devices in the event that we, God forbid, need to. So leading up to next fire season, certainly that'll be a focus of our training. It would seem that's been a pretty quiet year for Region 23, but if you look back at it, compared to Region to 2009 and maybe 2006-07, yes, but we had the Edai fire, which certainly had a fair bit of potential on a pretty nasty day, and we hit it hard. And well done to the Moyu group and associated brigades and groups that supported Moyu in that incident. Lake McCowan was a pain in the butt. We were there for many weeks patrolling and blacking out and attending to that fire. And then there was the Benalla petrol tanker rollover. 5 grass fires started on the side of the road, possibly by a boat or a trailer heading up the Benalla Yarrawonga Road, and here's a 30,000 litre petrol tanker on its side gushing out petrol. So certainly chewed up a heap of resources. The hazmat incident, ADI Benalla, and many more across the patch. Last year I circulated the Northeast Area SOPs. Again, I must reiterate that they are a guide for how we do business in the Northeast Area, in particular Region 23, and I'll give an example of the hire of heavy equipment regional operating procedure. And it talks about the operations manager, myself, or the RDO, my delegate, must approve the hire of all heavy equipment that CFA will pay for. So that means a phone call to the RDO or a radio call to Vic Fire, who will page the RDO and get them to ring you back or radio you back. The owner-occupier is responsible for payment of hired heavy equipment where a fire is burning on their property and which, in the opinion of the incident controller, does not pose a direct threat to any adjoining buildings or property or any other person. Now, if there is a fire burning in a haystack or a tree or whatever, and it looks like getting out and causing some damage, get the approval for the heavy equipment, we'll pay for it, knock it down, break up the hay bale, put the fire out, no problems. But if it's June and we have a lightning strike and we have a tree burning in the middle of a paddock, the fire's not going anywhere, there's no threat to adjoining buildings, to any persons or any property, well, that's the landholder's responsibility. And I liken that to, in the instance, if I at my home get a downpour and there is some damage to my property, well then that is my responsibility. If I have insurance to cover it, good for me. If I don't, well then that's something that I need to take care of as a landholder. So that's just reiterating that. We've got a number of additional pages been allocated to Region 23. I'm asking brigades to write in and justify additional pages which they may require. First thing they need to do is look at their current allocation of pages to make sure that they're fully utilised, and we'll be looking at that and asking some questions about that as well. We've only got 20 to 25, so between 67 brigades they're not going to go very far, and we've already issued some pages out recently which we had spare. So email back into your catchment team or call into Andrea or the regional ops team at the headquarters. CSESP 3 round 4 has been opened up. Again, all that literature has been sent out to brigades. The focus this year will be on replacing or getting new field command vehicles into our fleet, specialist equipment, thermal imaging cameras, etc., or ultralight tankers. There still will be consideration for the larger tankers, but we want to get as much bang for our buck as we can. In particular, I'd like groups to have a look at their current field command vehicles and see if there is a requirement to update that and take this opportunity. With the autumn burn-offs coming on board, I'm going to open up the use of the Northeast Area slip-on and the field command vehicle, and also some spare tankers for brigades who may need an additional vehicle to help them with those burn-offs. So you can contact the regional headquarters, again Andrea or one of the ops team, to book that vehicle, and all I ask is that it's refueled and cleaned and returned in the condition that we gave it to you. So that's going to give you a chance to become familiar with that type of equipment as well, field command vehicles, slip-ons, etc. A number of Section 29 reports have already been completed over the last 6 months. I'll be sending them out to brigade captains in the next few weeks with a letter. I ask you to take particular attention to the comments made by the catchment officer stroke ops officer and my comments down the bottom. Generally speaking, it's a great across the patch. There are some areas, mainly administrative areas, which we need to tighten up on, but we'll be working with brigades to nail that over the winter. In relation to township protection plans, there's been some great work done by that team, Richie Gardner and Dave Sello in our patch. In Wangaratta Shire, Chestnut and Whitfield's plans have been already signed off by me and have been forwarded to the Shire. Glenroe and Peachelbar plans are in their final stages. Tolmy settlement plans signed off by CFA. Some minor changes with the Shire. Looking at Goffs Bay and Burrelite. And around our borders of Region 23, there's Paulpunka, Brightwood, Wollongong, Harriettville, Dedarang. There's been some absolutely great work done on these plans. And it is something which we need to pull out and utilise if we ever get a fire in those locations. So when we get those plans, we'll be distributing them to all the groups. So please take the time to look at the plans specifically in your group stroke divisional command footprint. Okay, last but not least, early this year we tragically lost one of our finest, Hugh Munro, in a tanker rollover. It was a tragic incident. However, I was absolutely honoured to be part of the CFA family in the way they supported Hugh's family, the Tolmy Brigade, the Mansfield Group, the associated brigades such as Tadong and surrounding, and the way they pulled together leading up to Hugh's funeral and the day of the funeral and thereafter. So well done to Region 23. Once again, you showed your true colours in the face of adversity. I'll talk to you again very soon. Thanks for your time.